So I was just thinking about something funny, and I should write this down. I probably will. Uh, so you know how I was talking about my cheeks. Oh man, it's so weird. Pinch my little cheeks. Oh my god. Oh, spooky mama. Okay, so I did that thing about Ross the Bat and like having like your hot husband or whatever like dress up like a vampire, but then like I would dress up as the bat for Halloween to be funny. So I'm thinking about it could be a skit. I'll probably write it down. So your hot vampire guy like comes up to say me, right? And he's like, I don't know, something about like like you should let me turn you into a vampire. And I'd be like, that's kind of, I don't, what do they think? Like, kind of exciting or whatever. Like, there's no lore to it. But it's like, he's like, you should let me turn you into a vampire because, like, I think you'd make a very appealing bat. And I'd be like, and he'd be like, like he turned into a bat, And I'd be like, I'm trying to think about how it would go. He turned to a bat, and I'd be like, what do you mean, like an appealing bat? And he's like, well, I see something in you as a human that is very appealing to me as a bat. And I'd be like, well, what are you trying to say? And he'd be like, flapping around a little bit. Cause I'm like, I think it's actually kind of a party trick that you do that like you turn into a bat. Like, is it even necessary that you even turn into a bat? Like, what is that anyway? And he's like, well, you would be very appealing as a bat. Like, I can just tell. And he's like, I was just thinking, like, since I've never done it before, like, what would you think, since we're getting along so well, like, if I turned you into a bat and, like, I could try some bat stuff with you? Because I've never tried any bat stuff before. What do you think? Like, would you like to flap around a little bit? Would you like to flap around a little bit, honey? Was that funny to you? Because I think it's really funny. And it'd be like, I don't know if I'm really into bat stuff. Well, you never know unless I turn you into a bat. And then, like, okay, maybe I'm going too far with this. But it would be horrible. I'm probably going too far with it. I don't know. I'm not going to take it that far, probably. It would hurt my feelings, okay, if you turned me into a bat because you think you see something in me that you like to try bat stuff with, and then, like, you don't even want to be with me anymore, right? So, I mean, if you turn me into a bat, don't you think we should get married? Like, you could have just asked. Right. Meanwhile, what am I doing right now? It is probably like 8:45 right now. So I am like my friend Stefan Diggs right now, who whenever I used to talk to him, like he'd be like, "Oh, you can talk to me till like 7 or 7:30, but I always go to bed by like 8:30 at night." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's what champions do." I'm like, I should be like you more, like, because it's like that means he gets up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and starts running and starts drinking his protein shakes and stuff. I'm like, if I get more motivated, I'll be like you. So I'm going to bed, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to stay in bed or not. I actually had like a really good dinner. But if anybody asks, it's like, well, why are you going to bed at 8:30? You'd be like, well, I want to be like Stefan Diggs because he's a champion and that's what he does. And that's true. Absolutely true. That's like a true story. So I don't want to like say things because I've only talked to a few people and like I'm not gonna try like say things about anybody. But like that's one thing that's absolutely true though. And I'm like I'm not one of those people that gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to like go for a run and stuff. Mostly because Like I felt really big, like my body's being really weird, just playing tricks on me, kind of. And I've been really sad because I separated myself from my hat, the hat formerly known as mine, and I actually had major anxiety. And I think like besides like being kind of like malnourished, honestly, kind of like not being, because I wrapped the hat up like a week or two ago and like used electrical tape to like look at these cheeks. Call me cheeks, honey. You have to call me cheeks. But if a rat's called a rat, like without any kind of, warning or like any kind of, does he have to give me some, like, if you could, people give you a nickname, right? I shouldn't give myself a nickname. But like, I had like 3 eggs today, you guys, 4. And I realized this, like, as much as I like, wanted to eat like omelets, like, I had like my curry and stuff tonight. I really needed like carrots. I know I keep talking about this, and I know it's going to be used as an example about like, do people care? I have been used as an example for a few things. I know, like, oh, like you want me to talk about like, secret government experiments. Well, I will eventually talk to you guys about some of the spooky things. You guys remember how spooky things were, probably from how spooky things were, and it was like not spooky. Well, it was spooky from, let's say, 2017 all the way up until, and then like 2020 and 2021 was really like fucking spooky, like, like kind of like serial killer kind of fucking spooky bullshit with the TVs, and you know what I'm talking about. But like back in 2017, this is what, way back in 2011, get your kids and your pets microchipped, I guess, and that's okay with me. Being a bat and doing bat stuff, like just in the moment and then like flapping away without even like calling me, like that would really bother me. But yeah, like in 2017, I did know, and this is how I knew things were really spooky. It has to go back to the Pista Sophia. It's like, how do you get this out of the Pista Sophia? And I am sober as a stone right now. Something about it sounds like I'm not, though, right? This is just the way that I always am. I'm in my room. Something about like people forging your signature. Before anybody ever told me, and I knew this way back then, things get like back in 2017, if someone forged your signature, absolutely right. Someone forges your signature, shit around you feels like somebody's trying to kill you. And this is true. And like, how do you get that out of the Pista Sophia? Like, I don't know how I like understand that stuff, but I did. Something about like checks and balances and how like something's imbalanced. And it was scary as fuck. And I had a cat named Simon, my little brother, right? I don't know how natural that was. My little brother would be here during the spooky, spooky times when I was here all by myself and everybody passed away. And this is not his memorial service, but I could give a memorial service about Simon at any given time. But I will tell you, when things were really spooky, I'm so glad that things aren't spooky anymore. Like I say that I'm a spooky mama, but spooky mama does not like it when things are so spooky and she's all by herself. Like, Simon was there for me. Now this little kitty, the black and white one, he was there for me during another very stressful time. Boy, I look kind of weird. The cheeks. All right, he was there during another extremely stressful time. Simon was there for me, like the whole time that like my mom and dad like needed help and everything. Boy, it feels like it's like a funhouse mirror. I hope you want to be my friend, whoever's looking at me right now. One of the spookiest times was, I could tell you a bunch of times where things were just like really fucking weird. And I know you understand me if like, like how we are. But it's like the sun would not come up. Back in those days, like maybe in like 2018, 2019, like I was scared to death at night. Like I would sleep all during the day, all hours of the sunlight. And then the second that like it got dark, I would freaking like stay up and be like this, like scared to death. Like, and I will not shut my eyes because I didn't trust the darkness. I didn't trust the dark. Like I will not shut my eyes until the sun comes up and then I will sleep all day. Just like a vampire, really. But yes, things were really spooky. I thought my family, And you're like, well, were you on drugs? I was on like some Adderall and stuff, but I wasn't on crystal meth. It wasn't like that. It was like, I really felt like my family was going to kill me. And they did kill my grandmother. And I wrote a police report, okay? They are insane. This is a little heavy from a bat joke. But I was clued in like quite a long time ago that like they were not like fucking right because I'm intuitive. There's this thing where it's like, it doesn't seem like my intuition is correct. Maybe your intuition is correct, but it leads you someplace that like you don't think is going to lead you. I don't know, like being a Hayuka empath or whatever, like my cousin Morgan says, like a sacred clown type thing, which there's a shirt that says like, I put the fun in funerals. So that was kind of like a leading me into a weird situation. And I felt like doing like a surprise funeral, which I'm not the only one that does that either. Like a surprise military heretical John Deere like funeral from like my dad. And then like when my mom and dad like had one together, I did that at the farm, but I didn't feel like I was very prepared for that. Like at the one at church or whatever. Anyway, I have a lot of stories to tell. Some of the stuff is like, I don't know. I do know, but like with Simon, there was one of these days where the sun would not come up, the sun would not come up, the sun would not come up. I'm scared to death. And it was really like so scary. It's just like, I wasn't really looking at the time. And I'm just like, I'm scared to death. And it was just like so spooky. And Simon would like, he cuddled like right next to me, like his whole, like he knew I was terrified. And this is way before Beatles Love. Well, it was after Beatles Love came out, but it was like before the Beatles Love thing. He cuddled right next to me and he knew I was terrified, right? The sun would not come up, the sun would not come up. And like finally I grabbed my phone and I played the Beatles, I'll Follow the Sun. Like that isn't even on Beatles Love. I'll Follow the Sun. Like all of the songs about the sun. But definitely I played I'll Follow the Sun. And it was like so spooky. It's like, has it been like fucking 32 hours and the sun hasn't fucking come up yet? Like I'm serious, right? And then I've had like other things happen where I'll be like under a blanket, like scared to death. And like, and I'm always alone, except for like I was at my grandma's house before. But like blue, like bright blue light, like I'm under a blanket. It's just like, like fucking blue light, like on me. And that was really scary. I know, I see the mommy sign. I have a mommy sign in here and I signed it. I'm trying to like brainwash myself in a positive way, like to be more receptive. It's just a thing. But, and that happened to me more than once. That's another thing where like the clocks would like not fucking, it's like, okay, now it's been like what, like 3 minutes, like 4 minutes. I'm peeking out from under my blanket. It feels like 8 hours and I have to pee. And it's just like and then like you hear the thumping, like I heard, like I was at my grandma's. That happened at my grandma's where there was like, bzz, like blue light and then like under the blanket. And then it was here in my room. And Simon was around. I don't think he was right next to me, but I'm like, I had to pee so bad. I had to pee. And it's just like, at my grandma's where it was like, seriously, like 4 minutes passed by or something. I was just like, and then all of a sudden, like it was really weird. Anyway. I'm glad I didn't get lost. I'm glad I did everything that I was supposed to do. And also, this is kind of weird, clairaudience. There was a really spooky day. It was one of those days that's like really gray and really weird. And it's just like, just felt really heavy and really weird. And as you know, like this is such an obvious one, but like, then this is when I thought my family was going to kill me. When Coldplay came out with that Everyday Life album. And like, you look at the album art and like, you just like fucking... I wasn't in the keyhole like some people are. Simon definitely was in the keyhole after he ate that half a stick of butter. It did not kill him. He did get better. We thought he was going to die. At the very last, I don't want to tell the story because I'm going to give a proper memorial service for Simon. Let's just put it this way. He had to go back for one more taste. He had to go back for one more taste. And I will put this in his memorial service, like when I do it, like celebration of life. Simon almost died from a half of a stick of butter. Now imagine this, a cat the size of a cat with a stick of butter. If you were a human, wouldn't a stick of butter be like almost up to your thigh or something like that? He ate a half a stick of butter, like up on the table in the butter dish. And he got really, really sick and we thought he was going to die. So we took him to the vet. They're like, oh, we don't know if he's going to make it. Obviously, I think he got into I think he got probably some special tranquilizers. And then he didn't touch butter ever again. Like, even when I had it on the table, like, I tried to cover it up, but which I never will do with my tattoo, no matter what anybody says, and nobody's going to say anything. But, oh, yes, Simon was feeling much better, but then at the end of his life, before he had the ice cream cone, which is like 2 weeks before, he was getting into the dairy again. That ice cream cone, that was the one and only ice cream cone he ever had, but he did not like butter. Like he didn't like butter anymore, you know? Then like right before he died, because my friend was like, I think he's getting sick. I think he's gonna die. Like, you know, like he's getting really thin. So I saw him jump up on the table and he was by the butter dish after like, I don't know, like 10 years or like, I don't know, like 8 years. Who's counting, right? That he's been rehabilitated. I saw him like lick the butter and like he had to go back for like one last taste, even though he almost fucking died. So I don't know what that says about him. That says that he's like one of my favorite people, you know. But he's a cat, but he was my little brother. And he did go to church with me that one time. I don't want to tell you all the stories, though. Yes, he did go to church with me that one time after my mom died. I got to tell you the story some other time or else I'm not going to have any material. And this is all true stories. But yes, I was at my grandma's and the time is like all fucking weird. And in her house, she collected clocks. So imagine like 20 clocks like all ticking at different times. So like tick 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 fucking like I was like, it's scary. Like now that I think of it, was like terrifying to me. She's sleeping peacefully. I'm hearing my mom's and I'm awake, right? And I'm hearing my mom's like prosthetic leg, like which was really heavy and totally unnecessary. Like I don't think anybody really needs prosthetics. Like they freaking actually get in the way of stuff. But it was like thump, 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 thump. Like she had like a root cellar, not like a wine cellar, kind of like a root cellar underneath her little like duplex apartment. And I heard, it's like you think I was on drugs. I wasn't on drugs. And nobody else would like hear this stuff. Nobody else, my grandma's sleeping, like, I see. That's kind of weird that I like put that there. Oh yes, I see like my friend's name up there, I said. I changed the date, like, oh, I love my friend up here. Well, that's true. I do love my friend up there. So my friend that's sober now and we thought never was gonna have, everybody's like, yeah, out of everybody, like he won't, and that's bullshit because like he did it. So anyway, what else do I have to say? I have a lot of stories, but I guess I'll have to save that for next time. So all right, what do I say? Like I have this sign up here, mommy signing off. Like how spooky is that? That's like the spookiest thing in the whole wide world. And like meditations and stuff that I've had. I should sign off right now. There's been some spooky ones. And there's been some like false like memories and stuff that I know are false. That were like curses that were put on me by people that have a lot of fucking problems, or were trying to like make an illusion that there was like dysfunction in my family, which there was not. There is a major problem with people that are gay, like that are hating themselves, like when there's nothing to be ashamed of being homosexual, and they're doing like really things that are like, they're so like ashamed, or like they're doing things that are way, like, first of all, being homosexual isn't a bad thing. That's just like, it's a preference. People that I know have been like, just like kind of like the Jay-Z and Beyonce thing, looking up like children's pornography or whatever, because they'd rather be anything but gay. And it's like, what was that? And that's a problem. I made another video about that too. And I think that's kind of like the Jay-Z and Beyonce thing. It's like, I think that he's homosexual, she's homosexual. And they're like, well, they can't come to grips that they're just homosexual, which is a preference. It might have something to do with their culture or where they grew up or something. So like, well, we're just going to be like child molesters. And then like, it's really, it's very unfortunate, worse than unfortunate. It is, anyway. It's Pride Month. I have my cool flag out. Boy, okay, like I'm looking weird. Is that another weird thing? Looking weird? Like I feel like I don't have my glasses on, so it's like, is it weird? Anyway, try not to hate yourself, love yourself. You can't tell anybody to love themselves. Oh, that's another thing. I came up with an equation. Oh my God, dude. And it's like a drop the mic equation. All these things are just coming back to me when I haven't really thought about them in a really long time. For a very long time before any of that stuff happened. Oh, I got to get back to the clear audience one. It was one of those really spooky days, right? Coldplay came out with their album. We all saw the cover art. It was really spooky. I didn't like the album. Oh my God, you guys. My dad used to chop wood in the basement. It was something that he did every single day, like even after he'd work all day or like be out on the farm all day. That was like his meditation, like before he came. And like he loved to chop wood. And we have like a stone steps that go down in my basement. They're just like stone steps are like carved into the basement. It's really cool. Like, so we'd chop wood and like throw the wood down, and it would make like almost like bowling pins kind of, like wood going down stone stairs. And every time he'd chop wood, like I knew he was happy and I knew he was home, because like you'd hear like Dad's truck, my mom would be like, oh, Papa's home, and we'd be like, oh good, he's home. So it was all because he had like a really loud Chevy, right? Dean Service 2.0, right? I will never stop. First of all, I will never stop. These stories about my family are legendary, and I will continue to tell them, like if I'm given a platform, for the rest of my life, because I love these people and they're the reason that I am the person that I am today. Even my little brother. I couldn't be completely who I am today without him, because he was there for me when I was scared to death. But anyway, my dad used to chop wood, which is like, takes a lot of effort too. And like, even though his shoulder was like screwed up, like seriously right up until he had like his stroke, it was like his thing that was just like, sure, meditation and stuff too, but like that was like his freaking physical exercise and meditation, like at the same time. It was just like how you unwind at night. Anyway, it was a good thing, like, and it always calmed me down. I didn't know how much it calmed me down until it was like one of these really, really spooky days, and Simon was with me, and I watched that movie, That Darn Cat, from the 60s, like not the reboot, the 60s one, where they have really weird accents and the money is really weird. It's like an accent that I've never heard anybody on earth use, but it was English. And then the money was like not pounds or dollars or anything. It was like its own thing. It was really fucking odd. But it was one of those spooky days. And I remember I was watching tarot card readings, and then Simon was with me. And then I was really scared. Like I had like real bad anxiety, and this was like years after my dad passed away, and I heard like the chop like on the wood, like as you put a piece of wood on a piece of wood, like you have like a stump and then you put like a piece of wood on it. I heard it go clunk. It goes like, you have to know what that sounds like. I did know what that sounded like. It was clear as day, because every single day, all through my life, every single day that my dad came home, which there was never a day that my dad didn't come home. There was never a day that he didn't chop wood for at least like 15 minutes. And I was kind of scared. And then I heard that clairaudience, clear as day, that, oh, I wish I could, I have the axe, like, in my fucking closet over there. The axe, like, I tried chopping wood after that, and I didn't wear any shoes. I'm like, Native American people don't wear shoes, right? Maybe they do. I'm like, is that bad practice to not wear shoes if you're chopping wood, or is it good practice? Because I thought, like, if your feet are closer to the ground, like, I'd have better footing or something. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't hurt myself. It's really hard to chop wood. But yes, it was like, oh, almost sounds like bowling pins. Clink, 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 like, clink, like, I don't know how to explain it. I felt like I had taken a Xanax. That was the thing that was like, calmed me down as a child. I didn't know until it was like that really spooky situation where I was very anxious. I heard that there is no other sound but that. I've heard it like 1,000 times every single day of my life until, like, my dad, like, couldn't chop wood anymore because he had a stroke. Like, every single day, that was his thing. I calmed down. It was like I took a Xanax. I didn't take any medication at all. And I know that happened on purpose, because things were spooky back then. That wasn't spooky, though. It was one of those things. Anyway, one of those things that, there's a lot of things that I could tell you. I didn't know the effect that had on me psychologically until, like, I had that experience. And it was like, I wasn't terrified at that time because I've had a lot of, like, terror from stuff like this, especially from being alone, and especially I never thought I was clairvoyant like that. I didn't know how clairvoyant I was, I guess. And I definitely didn't think that my intuition was correct, because it seems like it doesn't lead me where my mind thinks it's going to be. Like, you know what I mean? But I have never felt that, because I knew that's what it was. So I'm done talking about that. It was like, anyway. So I guess I'm in my room by myself, and I guess that's all for today, if that's all you want for today. Yes, even back then, I've been doing the yoga mat thing for a really long time. Even back then, I'd have, like, scary experiences, just flashes of things, like my family wanted to hurt me. A lot of it had to do with, like, lots of imbalances, people, like, lying and cheating behind my back, unbeknownst to me, signing documents and stuff. And because I read the Pistis Sophia, it sounds really weird because, like, what's in there that says that? It doesn't really say that. It does say that, though, that things are, like, imbalanced. You're like, how do you get that out of that? I don't know. But I keep hearing you're welcome. Like, very scary things, like, these, oh God, people just passing, like, ghost footsteps that were like, fucking, my room is safe, though, because my mom and dad's magic is airtight, and also is my mom and dad's magic, like, rolls, and I'm not kidding. I found, like, a knot spell in here that my mom did. It's like it was obviously, and, like, they are good. They are good. Let's put it that way. So, and yes, like, why do you think so many people stay here? Especially, people that, like, that particular friend of mine, those names up here on the wall. One of the first things that he said, like, that night, or, like, maybe even the next night, like, it was, like, the first or second night that he stayed here with me. He's like, he had a lot of issues. I didn't know that at the time. He's like, I have to tell you, I have, like, demons, or I have, like, demons, like, I feel like they're in my mind, or I feel like I have demons, like, following me. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me more, like, what's going on? He's like, I just have to tell you, I've never been anywhere, and I've never been able to get rid of that feeling, or get rid of, like, what that is. And he's like, they couldn't come in your house. And he's like, I've never felt safe before. This is the only place that I've ever felt safe. And he's like, it's been like this for a really long time. And he's just like, I, like, they're not here. Like, how is that? And I'm like, oh, well, like I'm telling you, like my mom and dad, like they're magic, like seriously airtight. And like sometimes it'll just be like, it'll just like refresh. Like it's really weird. And I'll be like, yes, like every so often. And then I keep it up myself. Hopefully I got to keep doing more, but he's not the only friend that said that. There was another, he's not a friend of mine anymore. And that's unfortunate, that had like the same issue or whatever. And only it was mostly psychological, but the same thing was like oh, like this like entity or like whatever, he does not feel welcome here, like he can't come in, he won't come in, or he can't come in, or and I'm like, well, yeah. So I've dealt with a lot of spooky things. Whoa, what's that? I hear something spooky. It might be the cat coming in through the window. I don't even like talking about spooky things. I'm thinking, are you done? I'm like, are you asking me, am I done right now with this story? No, everyone, like, you're welcome, and are you done? Like, fucking, what, like, oh, the fucking boots that were, like, going through. And I'm all by myself. I was thinking of you. I was all by myself. No one was looking. Okay. Yeah, full blown, like, work boots. This is like a portal, like, in my room right now. This is like portal action, like, definitely. But, and I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't even know what that means. But it's like, it's insane here. Like, it's Wisconsin, first of all. And then it's just like, this particular home that I live in. And it's so cool because like everybody, like nobody ever wants to leave. Everybody wants to come here. So I live here. So, and I've got the cookies most of the time. Definitely have the curry and the rice. Definitely have, well, now I've got the omelets, but like the eggs are too rich they're like so rich. And I was kind of like just didn't have what I needed for a really long time. Thank God I had like the protein shakes. I didn't get the meal shakes that like have the vitamins in it. That was my problem because I didn't want the extra 50 calories. Well, then I was missing out on my biotin and my magnesium and my zinc and all that stuff. I just got the protein ones, which like, But I used to eat salads and omelets, right? And like my body is like it's just like I can't control my body right now. It's just like even like from day to day, it's like yesterday, like I was drinking protein shakes and stuff. Like I barely eat, and I haven't worked out as much. Partially because of like, I swear to God, that hat. Like I'm just like, I got to get over it, and I'm like, okay, got to mail that out because like if I don't, I'm like, I will not unwrap it. And like, anyway, don't feel bad for me. Anyway. Oh, the eggs, like they're so nutritionally dense and stuff. I don't even know if I could eat eggs like I did before because I was eating like like I'd have a couple hard-boiled eggs in the morning and then and then salad. So it was like vegetables and eggs and like, then my whole diet for the last like 7 months because I haven't really had money and I couldn't get what I needed. It was like seriously like rice. I could get, and then like some like Takis, like the blue Takis and stuff. Not what it's just like, I can't wait to like get all my nutrition back and stuff. Not even a few years ago when like we were dieting, like, like being physically fit and stuff. I wasn't like malnourished back then. You would think that I would be, or that people would be. Like I wasn't malnourished like I am, like even eating rice and stuff. And I can tell how can you tell now? I ate 3 eggs and like, instead of an energy drink, I was like, and I was dancing. I was like, yeah, it's like, that's how nutritionally dense these eggs are with the kind of like, there's no way in hell I would ever like eat eggs that were from chickens that are in a cage. I know I talk about this all the time, but it's just like, how dedicated are you? And it's like, okay, I'm not a vegan, okay, but it's just like, I couldn't afford stuff. And also I wasn't going to eat like the eggs that, I know I talk about this all the time. How dedicated are you though? Like dedicated enough that like I have principles that like I'm not going to back down on, right? Like I'm not going to eat cruelty because like I need like a special kind of protein to like make me feel better. But now I have what I need to make me feel better. I need to move around more. My body, I have to tell you about this thing that's happening with my body. I keep getting reassured, like mentally, that it's just like, it is not me, it is not me, it is not me completely, it's not completely me. Like, that's causing me like all this like weight gain and stuff. We don't have to talk about that, but being physically fit means something to me. When I was ripped, when my arms were ripped like that, like I finally had like some really great self-esteem. And not like I never had great self-esteem, but it's just like, anyway. All I can do, and it's been hard for me. I didn't want to run. I didn't feel like running. I got on my mat when I could, like, as I'm heavy to me, like if it's some kind of like a fertility goddess thing, which I know it is, but it's just like, so I was on my mat, like rolling around, like on the fucking floor, like, cause I'm so chubby, I can't even fucking do much. And like I like being strong and stuff. Here's my arm. You can't even see it. My little flappy little arm with my little flaps, my little buffalo wings. I hate that. And it's like it's nothing I could do that would, I don't know. I'm just hoping that like anyway. So I'm doing things alone now mostly, right? USA, right? I can let you go since it's like 36 minutes. I always say that. Why do I always look at the time? I do not have fillers. This is Lolly getting her vitality back on 3, 2, 1. On like 4 hard-boiled eggs, and like this is what my cheeks look like. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like it's like it comes and goes in waves. Like right now I am seriously on my bed right now, belly down, like freaking all luxurious on like my bed that I haven't made, like I haven't cleaned. And that's part of it too. I know like I got a couple energy drinks just so I can, the eggs are what like freaking, it was like an IV of like freaking nutrition, but it wasn't an IV. It was just like, I just needed, that was exactly what I needed. And the vegetables, like, I don't need to keep talking about that. But I was just going to say there's so many people that like are starving, but they eat like so much food. Like I'd only have like maybe 4 cups of rice a day or something. Like but there are people that like eat food that and like I know that oh gosh, what is the title of like health, like the health general, like Kennedy, like oh gosh, he has a like, I'm trying to be respectful. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he's doing an excellent job with this SNAP program thing and regulating things. I know people are kind of upset about it, but it's a good thing that he's regulating things. They should only be able to like yes, like I'm not on SNAP anymore, like the food stamps. I could see like why you don't have to buy like all your energy drinks on there. Like even if like it wouldn't make me angry as like a parent or as like an individual with SNAP if they took that away. Like if I needed it that bad, I will just like find another way to get it. Kind of like people can't get alcohol on SNAP, right? So I mean, get your priorities straight, I guess, and it's definitely a good thing. Yeah, so I'm just sitting here, laying on my belly, my big belly. It's like, it's getting to the point where I've been wearing like that camouflage dress or whatever. I know, like, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's like a 3X. And like I look pregnant. I'm just letting you know. And I saw this girl on YouTube today or whatever, and she's bitching about like how she just had a baby and she pulled her belly out and stuff. My belly looks just as much as hers does. And she's oh, I've gained so much weight. I've gained so much weight. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. I've eaten like barely any food at all, and like I just get getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like it won't go away. So I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, there's nothing I can do about it. And like I said, from like day to day, it gets different. Like sometimes I'll be like, whoa, like I'll look like I've really trimmed down. And then like right now, like from this afternoon till now, like I am like really super round, and like nobody really cares to hear about that. So like tomorrow could be a day where my body looks really trim and stuff. But like I'm just trying, okay. When it goes from day to day and I'm like hardly eating anything at all, and it's just like, I don't know. I got a tarot card pulled for me, like, I don't know, like, it sounds kind of stupid. Not stupid, like, at, like, oh, I still owe her, like, money, like, for that. Oh, man, it's gonna be okay, though. Well, the card that got pulled for me was Surrender to Love, and this was way back, gosh, I don't even know. But, like, I still remember the card, and I think it had a, what do they call it? Like a 5-sided a Merkaba. I think I might have had a Merkaba on it. I'm not sure. And it said like surrender to love, or just surrender. I'm like, I didn't know how I felt about that. Yeah. Put your hands up, right? Even like when it comes to like looking at myself in the mirror and stuff, and I don't have my glasses on, but it's like there is nothing I can do. I guess there's nothing else to say about that. All right. Bye. I'm going to push the button.